It's 2023, and in the world that Mortimer lives in, there is the LDC, and that is your life day count. Now, Mortimer, unfortunately, he doesn't have maybe much more than a year to live, and with that comes unfortunate things happening in his life, from the way his girlfriend acts to him getting into an unfortunate situation with a sex worker. And throughout all this, Mortimer is still trying to find a way to make his last year of life worth living, which in some ways Kate seems able to do, but with all that's happening in Mortimer's life, including his limited day count, there is a question if he's going to leave this world happy or glad that it's finally over. So, right off the bat, and this is potentially biased, but Lucy Hale at this point, I feel like her niche, what she's good at, what is very of ease to her is being a romantic lead. For she's the type that gives as good as she gets, has a sunny disposition, and is able to use her charm to make you believe that the relationship, no matter who's the other character, is something that can be believable. And when it comes to her character, Kate, she's given just enough to seem like an individual and not just somebody entering the guy's world to make it all better. And it makes her a highlight for the film. On the other hand, I would say when it comes to Keir Gilchrist, which I assume is how you say his name, even though he fits that social awkwardness that can be kind of can definitely push the idea that he likes to play characters who may or may not be on a spectrum. There is something about the way that Mortimer is written that reminds you that not every romance needs to have grandeur moments to show that these two people like or potentially even love each other. Sometimes it's just about them hanging out with each other, someone getting kicks out of it, and the other person maybe playing the straight man of the situation, but still showing that when it comes to two people, chemistry can just be enjoying each other's company, and it doesn't always have to be you wanting to tear each other's clothes off. And just having this different take rather than butterfly inducing moments and grandeur gestures, it allows you to get a sense of how more everyday people fall in love rather than what a lot of us have been built to think is what love is supposed to look like. With all that said, while we enjoy what Lucy Hale and Gilchrist give in terms of the romance and giving us characters who can potentially feel real, maybe, the comedy is trash. The comedy is so. Comedy should be subjective, but I would say the tone of what Mortimer gives and Lucy give, what Mortimer give and Katie gives, in terms of what they have going on, and then you have the sex comedy that Mortimer's girlfriend Nicole brings, what his uncle brings as the head mortician of their family funeral home. It feels so out of place and bizarre, and what doesn't help is it's not really funny, it's just weird to the point where there's even with Jay Farrow a bunch of weird jokes because he's black, and it all just feels so out of place considering what the leads are presenting us that it almost feels like it's supposed to be like if you can't get into what's happening with Katie and Mortimer, this was the backup plan, but the backup plan wasn't needed and honestly should have been tossed. But overall, while the comedy of Running on Empty pushes you to the extent of saying that comedy is subjective is BS, there is no denying what Lucy Hale and Keir Gilchrist brings that helps you stomach the odd and very unfortunate humor that is used throughout the film.